Once upon a time, a little girl named Phyllis was born in a beautiful land across the ocean. She lived in West Africa, where she played under the big sunny skies and listened to her family's story by firelight. Phyllis loved the stars and dreamed of becoming someone special. But one day, Phyllis's life changed forever. She was taken from her family and home and brought to America on a big, creaky ship. The ocean was cold and frightening, and she missed her family so much. Phyllis felt small and alone, but stayed brave in her heart. In America, a kind family called the Wheatleys brought Phyllis into their home in Boston. They gave her food, clothes, and a place to sleep. The Wheatleys saw that Phyllis was a smart, curious girl, and they decided to teach her how to read and write. In those days, it was rare for a young African girl to be given such an opportunity. Phyllis was fascinated by books. She spent hours studying, learning about poetry, history, and faraway places. She read so well that soon she was reading books in Latin and Greek, languages spoken thousands of years ago. Reading and writing became her favorite things to do. She would stay up late scribbling poems by candlelight. As Phyllis got older, she began writing poems about her thoughts and dreams. Miss Wheatley read Phyllis's poems and was amazed at her beautiful words. She shared the poems with her friends, and soon Phyllis became known as a brilliant young poet in Boston. Word spread about Phyllis's talent. She was invited to read her poems in fancy houses where important people listened in awe. They couldn't believe that a young girl from Africa could write such wise and powerful poetry. Phyllis was proud, but she also hoped her words would make people think about kindness, freedom, and justice. Writing wasn't always easy. Sometimes Phyllis had to crumple up her papers and start over, but she never gave up. She knew that each word she wrote was a step closer to her dream. She wanted to write a book to share her story and ideas with the world. Finally, Phyllis's dream came true. She published her very own book called Poems on Various Subjects, Religious and Moral. It was the first book ever published by an African American woman in America. Phyllis was only around 20 years old, but her words traveled across the ocean, inspiring people everywhere. Phyllis's book even reached England, where people read her poems with wonder and respect. She wrote about faith, freedom, and the dream of a fairer world. Through her words, she taught people to see others with kindness and to imagine a world without slavery. Phyllis knew that her words had the power to make a difference. She kept writing and dreaming of a world where everyone would be free. Phyllis Wheatley showed that no matter where we come from, our voices can bring hope and light to the world.